girl looking fly. Wait, fine, right, Jamie? Fine. We're getting okay. We got stream recording. We're good.
Okay, we all okay?
Oh God,
Are
are
we
you good?
okay? Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
had I hit record and then everything like went in slow motion. I was like, oh no.
Oh no,
Hey,
we broke the
welcome.
intro.
I'm gonna go ahead and start right for it, okay? Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2024. Thank you for attending Thursday Night Shift. We're so glad that you're here. You know the drill. I'm gonna go over a couple announcements this week. I actually wrote them down so I don't forget anything. Um, Beetlejuice launched today. I hope everybody had success with that. Even if you didn't get a sale, I hope you just had conversations, if nothing else. Um, Also, if you missed it, NFL warmers launched this week. Y'all, I placed my order on Monday and I got my Dallas Cowboy warmers today. Pilcher people are super happy. So don't forget to continue sharing those things. 9/1 Holiday Collection Early Access Bundle launches. It's the 5 bars of Bundle Up, Frosted Fantasy, Ginger Cookie Crunch, Holiday Market, Winter Twilight. The rest, everything else in the holiday collection, including the Griswold Christmas, comes October 1st. The Bring Back My Bar winners that we just voted on in July, they won't be announced until November. Early access will be available in December. Also, in case you missed it, the large cotton cleanups are a little bit delayed. They are hoping for a mid-October launch. And then Scentsy support will be closed on Monday for Labor Day. Normal hours will resume on Tuesday. Are there any other announcements that y'all can think that I need to cover? Boot camps, Director Boot Camp and Star Summit Approach, whatever, Star Director Summit Approach, those are open too, I believe. And I think that's it for the announcements. I hope that y'all are finishing strong for your August because we have the rest of today and 2 more days to just knock it out of the park. And I've already had some good wins today that I'm super excited about. So I hope that you are celebrating your wins, no matter how big or small, and helping those on your teams celebrate as well. Tonight, we are so lucky to have Whitney Hebel here. I posted her bio in the Thursday Night Shift page, so I will not steal her thunder to introduce her. But we are so excited that she said yes to chat with us tonight. So I'm just going to pass it right on over to her right now. So Whitney, it's all you.
All righty. Hey guys. I wanted to start off by saying we do have 2 foster puppies. They're 8 weeks old, and you may hear them in the background. I tried to wear them out before I got on here, but they are full of energy. So if you hear pups in the background, that's what's going on. I am Whitney Hebel. I joined Scentsy in 2017 just to make a couple extra $100 extra bucks for my family. We were in Georgia at the time, so we had a lot of beach trips that we were doing, and I just wanted to make some extra money. Fast forward to moving to Fort Drum, New York. That was when my baby was going to start kindergarten, and we had to make a decision as a family if I was going to be all in with Scentsy and give it a go, or if I was going to go back to work. We knew that my husband was deploying a few months later after we moved there, and thankfully we chose Scentsy because a lot has happened since then. He actually deployed the day the NFL shut down, or the NBA shut down for COVID. And so that when I decided to work my business when everything went crazy. I literally worked my business out of a Rubbermaid tote because I went home. We lived on post at the time. It was just a crazy mess. They wouldn't let my family come on post, all the COVID rules. I say that to say that your business can be simple. Your business, you don't have to have the beautiful office or all the supplies, or I always like to say you don't have to look or talk or be a certain way to be successful in this business. It really just comes down to the work that you're willing to put in. Okay. So the best way, or the biggest thing with Scentsy, I think, is always growing your customer base. If you don't hear anything else I'll talk about tonight, that is the key, I think, to success. You're always meeting people. You're always meeting those people's people. You're always growing your customer base, maybe not every person you meet is a customer, but they could be a referral, right? So that is something that has come in huge handy for me moving around as a military spouse, because when I move somewhere and they find out I'm a Scentsy girl, they tag me in a post, they recommend someone. So always growing your customer base. The best way that I have found to grow your customer base is to party. So tonight I'm going to be talking to y'all all about Facebook parties. They are my jam. They are 99% of my business. I have maybe done 2 in-home parties that weren't hosted by me. Everything in my business majority is on Facebook, online. Okay. So when I was asked to speak, they were like, what's your jam? This is my jam. This is what I do. This is what I do really well. And it has come from a lot of time being put into it, a lot of changes being made. I didn't just start and nail it and run with it. I've had to tweak a few things. I do some things that other people don't do, and I don't do other things that people do. So take one thing that I say, try it in your business, especially with this new catalog coming out, and just don't be scared to try new things. So we are a party plan company. And I know you may have heard some people say that partying is dead, but I'm here to tell you that partying is not dead. Partying may be different, but it is not dead. Facebook parties, like I said, are 99% of my business. And so I have had to figure out what people want in a Facebook party. I'll be the first one to tell you that I don't attend Facebook parties. If I get invited to a party and I don't hear from the host, no one tells me that it's going on, I don't check those notifications. So-and-so invited you to an event. So-and-so invited you to a group, whatever it may say, that's great. Unless I'm hearing one-on-one from my friend that invited me, I'm not going to look at it. So I go into Facebook parties like an in-home party. I treat it like an in-home party. I want that personal experience with the host. I want that personal experience with all her guests. I want them to know that I'm not just here for the sale. Like, I want them to know that I'm invested in the time that I'm going to spend with them. So a few things just to get started, how I set the party up. I always do a group. And there's going to be a few reasons I'm going to tell you throughout tonight why I do a group over an event. But I make a personalized banner for the host. I make their link, and I make it to seem like this party was literally made for them. So I will say the biggest thing with the Facebook party, and I'm going to go into this pretty hard, is the hostess coaching. Because you can't have a party without a host. And if your host is not going to be engaged with her guest, that's probably not going to be a successful party. It's just like an in-home party. If you were to invite people over to your house for an event and you just went into the corner and like put your nose in the wall and didn't talk to anyone, people would probably think, what in the world is going on, right? So we're going to treat that the same, and we want our host to treat it the same too. And we're going to help them not be nose to corner. We're going to help them be a good host, okay? Because that's our job to do that. So don't be afraid to ask your host to do something. Their friends are going to follow their lead, okay? If they're not doing anything, their friends aren't going to be invested. So for my hostess coaching, I do have it in boards. I will share it. It is very simple. But I have a message that I send the host every single day. And with this, I'm going to go through and just kind of summarize what I say to them. But the first thing that I do is, before I even invite the host or add the host to the group, the first thing I do is I tell her that I have the party set up. I tell her how to invite people, AKA don't invite your whole friends list or you're going to get spammed. I tell her when I'm going to start posting, and then I say, before I send the invite, being a host, you have the option to get paid off this party. Is that something you're interested in? Okay. She's going to need to tell me yes or no before I send her that invite. Okay. A lot of people like to leave it on red. I'll give it a few hours, and if they don't answer, I'll just say, okay, I'm going to send your invite over, and I'll follow up with them later about the join conversation. I would take that as a no, but I still follow up with them later about the option to join. A lot of times people will say, yes, I will share the boards with you. I'll post it in the group. A lot of people will say, what does that entail? What do you mean? What do I have to do? Or they'll say, no, I'm not interested right now. So the response to that is not a worry. I love having you as a customer and a host. And I tell her that she needs to share her party link with anyone who isn't on Facebook. I give her my information so she can share that with the friend that's local to them if she wants to save on shipping. Okay. So that's my second message I send to her. She's going to send out her invites. People are going to start rolling in. I do have a couple of pre-party posts that I already have in there once they come in. And I just wait until the next day. So that is a Sunday night that I do all that. I run my parties from Monday to Sunday. Again, I used to do 3 days. I used to do 5 days. Now here recently for the last couple catalogs, I've done a Monday to Sunday. So it starts me sharing on a Monday and we close it on a Sunday. That way it crosses the span of a week for paydays. It crosses many days for people who work or who don't work. I try to encompass all of the people and all of their schedules. So the first day I send her a message that morning and say, over the next few days, I'm going to be giving you a few tips on how to make your party as successful as it can be. Below is my host bingo card. Again, this is in my boards. I will share it. I will share the Canva link too, so you can change it for however you like to do it. And I said, you will get the prize for how many bingos you get on top of your host rewards. I'm going to tell you how I do that in just a minute. But then I also say, today I want you to tag some friends in 2 of my posts that you think would be interested in that specific product. And I want you to share your party link on your personal page. Okay, so again, I'm giving her daily tasks. She's going to be marking those tasks off on her bingo card as she does it. The next day, I send her another message. Again, these are daily messages that I'm sending her because I'm going to be coaching her through all this. I hope you're having fun already. Today, I want you to share your favorite Scentsy product and that you have or use. Take a quick pic with it and post what you like about it. This is a bingo square. Okay. So again, I'm giving her the tasks to do. If her friends see that she's done a welcome post, that she's tagging people, that she's sharing on a personal page, they're going to see that. That's going to come up in their that's going to come up in their, not For You page. What is that? Whatever Callie, or what? Whatever Jamie is mouthing. You know what I'm talking about.
Notifications. Is that the word you're looking for? Notifications?
Yes. Notifications in their feed. Yes. Because if their friends are commenting and interacting, they're going to see that. Okay. So then the next morning, I'm going to say, good morning. What's something you haven't tried yet in this catalog that you would love to try? Share this in the party group. You may have friends who want to try the same. Again, just another thing to give her. The next day is, have you shared your link with your friends and family? Today's task is to send me your wish list. What do you want to get with your rewards? Okay. Again, this is a daily conversation. We're not setting up parties and just setting posts up and leaving them, right? We want to be there. We want to be active. We want to be like we're at someone's home and we're answering questions and we're introducing ourselves and we're interacting with people, right? That's going to go a long way on social media. The next day is just telling her to make a post that the party is going to close on Sunday. So that's a super simple post. And then day 6, I say, I would love to spoil 3. This is very important. And this works really, really well. I would love to spoil 3 of your friends with free Scentsy. Which 3 friends do you nominate to be the next host? Okay. So this is a conversation for me and her. All you need is 1 friend to book a party to fill that bingo space. So now she knows for a full bingo, she's going to have 1 party booked. Okay. Yes. The nominate is so important because, you want it to be their friend's idea. Oh my gosh, Jody, you should host the next party. I will come to it and I will make sure that so-and-so comes with me too, right? That's how you're going to keep it rolling. So they're not only going to give you 3 friends' names, but they're also going to probably message them to the side and say, hey, I need someone to book a party. Okay. You're going to do it, right, bestie? From there, I'm going to message those 3 people. I'm going to say, hey, Susie Q has nominated you to book the next party or to host the next party or to hold the next party, however you want to use it in your verbiage. I have October 10th and 17th open. Which one works better for you? So I'm not even asking them if they want to do it. I'm telling them their friends nominated them, and I'm asking which date works best for them. Okay. They're either going to say what date or they're going to say, I'm not interested right now. And that's okay. You're going to get told no. We're going for the no in our business every single day. And then the last day I'm going to say, good morning, it's closing day. Here's your chance to complete the bingo task and to get as many orders as you can to end this party with a bang and get the most rewards. Let me know if you have any questions. That message is going to vary. Sometimes I will extend a party, especially if she says, hey, I'm a teacher and we don't get paid till next week. I wish I would know that before I started the party, but I'm happy to extend that. I don't say that part, but you know what I mean? I'm happy to extend it for her to make it work. That's nothing off of my back. I mean, if I extend it, I will post something in there once or twice a day. But I do let her know that the bulk of my sharing and posting is Monday to Sunday, and I let her know that. Okay. So all of that is a job in itself, and we haven't even talked about what we're posting in our party. Okay. I do have a mock party. It is called Mock Online Party, and it has a little sun beside it right now. I have used, or I've had that and offered that for years and years, because when I was a baby certified consultant, one of my now friends, Megan Merlin, she had a mock party, and it changed my business because I had someone to guide me to what to do. Okay. I didn't have a sponsor that trained me or that really did much at all. And that's okay. That doesn't decide, that doesn't decide if I'm successful or not. But that was something that I used to then build to where I am now. Okay. And I say that to everyone who's in that party too, that mock party is the base. That can be used as the foundation for your Facebook parties. That's a starting point for your Facebook parties. You should use that and grow it to something of your own. You should make it sound like you. You should use those ideas for your own. You should not be copying and pasting from the mock party. Do I see it happen all the time? Yes, I do. But guess what? That's not authentic, and that's not what we're going for in this business. Okay. So I want y'all to use that as a guide. I will also share that with my hostess coaching boards. There's like 20,000 people in there. I set it up so it's all in order. I turn all comments off, so you just literally can just go through the group, and it's exactly how I have my mock Facebook party set up. So I do schedule out those posts from 8 to 5 every few hours. And I use boards for my personal party. I will have to update this mock party for the new catalog starting, and that probably won't be until I usually try and get it done within the first week of the month, but I always harp on that I have to focus on my own business first, right? We have to fill our cup before we start pouring to others. So I will update that as soon as I can. But this year I'm going to offer boards on that mock party too. So it's going to be even easier for that. I also have my own party. And I know you're like, what do you mean you have your own party? I have the mock party for people who are starting out and need help, but I, like I said, have evolved from that party into my own. So I have my videos, I go live, I have pictures of my boys, I have pictures of my dogs, right? So it's more personalized to me, and that's what I want y'all to do from the mock party too. So how am I doing on time? Oh, I still have my stopwatch on. Okay. So here's some tips for you that you can also use in your party. I want you to message everyone as they accept to be in that group, because here's the thing. They got an invite. They accepted that invite. That means that they are interested in what you have to say. At least that's how I take it. So they have accepted the invite. So we're going to message them. Hey, CGQ, thanks so much for joining Jody's party. I can't wait to hang out with you this week. Be sure to fix your notifications, because sometimes Facebook likes to hide things, right? So I'm going to welcome them just like I would do at an in-home party. And I'm going to give her a little tip so she makes sure that she sees everything. I'm also going to ask the host to do the same. That's in her host checklist. I am also going to, and this might make some of you cringe because it did make me cringe at first, but I'm going to add them on Facebook because one day I decided, you know what? I love Facebook. I love connecting with my friends. I love socializing with my friends. But if I was a smart businesswoman, I would use that as a tool in my business. Okay. So I went through actually my Facebook and my Instagram, and I deleted anything I didn't want my customers to see because I had Facebook in college. So we'll just say that. I went through and I edited everything. I made sure, hopefully, that I got all the goods, and I made all of my social media business focused. Now, is the only thing I share on their business? Absolutely not. I want them to know that I'm a real person. I want them to know that that is a social page of mine, but I use that as a tool in my business to meet new customers, to get to know new customers who then become my hosts, who then become my teamies. There for a while, over half of my frontline were people I had never met in person. I had only met through Facebook parties. Okay. Because I was super intentional about building that relationship with them, providing that customer service through Messenger, and talking to them regularly and treating them like a friend and a person and not just a sale. Okay. So add them on Facebook. Let them see that you're a mom. Let them see that you're obsessed with dogs. Let them see who you really authentically are. Okay. Now, with that comes a few things. I don't post anything political. I don't post anything that may ruffle feathers because, again, that is a business tool for me. That's just like, I won't use that example, but that's just something that I choose not to do. Okay. Again, I want to use it in my business. So the other thing you need to think about with the Facebook party, because like I said at the beginning, we get invites to Facebook parties all the time. How are we going to stand out? How are we different from all the other Facebook parties they're getting invites to? You're going to have to ask yourself that. And that comes with the hostess coaching, and it also comes with what you're sharing. So we have some amazing graphic groups, and there are graphics in my Facebook party. But if I have the option to make it more personal, to post a selfie, to do a live, to share a video, to share a YouTube link, to provide some fun, I'm going to do it, right? Graphics are great for informational purposes. If someone wants to know every single pod we own, I will share that graphic with them. But if I'm sharing about pods, I'm probably going to do a video about the mini fans or the new Go next season, right? So thinking in a mindset of how can I do it differently instead of how can I do it quickly, I think is what will set you apart. And like I said, it's going to take time for you to figure out what works for you and what you enjoy doing in your Facebook party. Another big thing is interaction. So I do interaction daily in my Facebook parties. And one thing I do on the first day, here's another big difference maker for you, is that this is exactly what my post says on my board. Y'all don't let me talk to myself in here. Anywhere you see a ticket, an emoji of a ticket, you're going to get an entry for your comment into the door prize. For an entry into the door prize, answer the 3 questions in the picture, and it has a little point finger down. You can announce that you're doing this, but you cannot announce what you're going to give away. So here's the kicker with that. You could give away a sticker sheet. I'm in the middle of making mine, right? You could give away a scent circle. You could give away free shipping. That needs to be communicated one-on-one with the winner, okay? The other part of that, I used to not do that because I didn't want to deal with tallying all the points. Guess what? Facebook takes care of that for you now. Did y'all know that? I could kiss Facebook when I found this out. So what you're going to do, and I will post this as well, is you are going to go to your group that you made. So the party group, you're going to go to the shield at the top right and click manage group. And you're going to click on insights and then membership. And it's going to tell you exactly how, it's going to tell you your top contributors, and it's going to rate them from 1 to how many people are in the group. And it's going to tell you exactly how many comments they have made in that group for the time period. Okay. So Facebook is going to tell you exactly who your top contributors are and how many comments they did. So if you want to do a drawing, you know that Susie Q had 15 comments. You know that Jody had 10. I don't usually include the hosts. You know that Jamie had 5, and you're going to do a drawing that way. Or you just say, oh, my top contributor is the winner. Okay. That's the easy way out. That's a huge difference maker because people want free stuff. And if all it takes is for them to sit on their couch and comment, they're going to do it, which is also going to help your algorithm with your Facebook party, like I said, in your newsfeed. So we're not just posting and praying. We're treating it like an in-home party. We're going live. Another big difference maker that I've noticed is changing the name of the group the day before and the day of when the party closes. So on Saturday night or Saturday morning, I'm sorry, it usually will say something like, yes, you can do that for your team pages too. We do that as well. You can do, let's say it's Susie Q's Scent Bash the day before. So Saturday morning, you're going to say, leave the name, and they're going to put a little hyphen that says closes tomorrow. Okay, because guess what? Every single person who has accepted an invite to that group is now going to get a notification, whether they have notifications on or not, that the group name has changed. And that's going to be a reminder for everyone. Then you're going to do the same thing the morning of the party closing. You also can tag people who are in the group who haven't ordered in some of those like last minute posts or last chance posts that you have. I do want to say that those are a lot of tips for you. I just threw a lot at you. But I do want to say that the success of a Facebook party is not based on interaction. Can it help it? Yes, absolutely. But I have had many parties that are crickets that have been 500 plus because me and the host have been doing the work on the back end. Okay. Because she has been messaging, because I have been talking to her people, because she has been sending reminders, because she shared her because she shared her party link outside of Facebook, right? All of those little things are touch points that are going to add up to the big sales. At the end of all of that, they're going to have their bingo card. On the bingo card, I have one bingo, I think it's a bar, two bingos, pods, maybe, and then a full bingo, so a blackout, is a warmer. And the only way that they can get a blackout is if someone hosts a party, like I said. And I'm going to use the perpetual party reward at that next party once that person hosts it to use for that host. Okay. So that ensures that they actually have the party before I give the original host a gift. And sorry, I can't do comments and talk at the same time. But I will go through them at the end. But that ensures that that party actually goes through, right? So once that party comes to 200 and I can use that perpetual party reward, then she will get her free warmer. And I'm going to use that half price, and the other half I'm going to write off. Again, I'm going to share the Canva to that too, so you can change a blackout, maybe something else. Maybe the blackout is a half price warmer, and then you could do the same thing, except no money out of your pocket. Okay, that's just where I am in my business. I haven't always been there, but that's something that I have found to be successful to help my business always grow from a party, because my goal is to always book one party from a party. The other thing about Facebook parties is that party is literally just the start. Okay. So you'll see these parties, they'll have 20, 30, 40 people in them. That's like going out and being able to have a one-on-one conversation with 40 potential new customers. That's huge in this day and age. I'll tell you right now, I will not be the one to go up to 40 people in one day and talk to them about my business. Not in person. No, that's not what Whitney does, but I will do it on Facebook. Okay. What you do after the party is just as important as what you do in the party. So you're sharing consistently on your personal page. You're adding them to your VIP group. You're sending those weekly emails or project broadcasts or however you touch base with your customers. You are following up. You are, like I said, consistently posting not only on your VIP page, but on your personal page about Scentsy as well. Something else you can do is go back and post in parties, like old parties, when we have a flash sale. So you know who your hosts are. You can run your orders and you can see who were your past hosts in the past year. go back to their group, the group on Facebook, because it's never going to delete unless you delete it, and say, hey, Susie Q's friends, just want to drop in, let you know we're about to have this huge flash sale. And you're going to share, hey, if you want a text reminder, let me know, or however you share it, right? And again, maybe someone who didn't order during the party wants to order during a sale. Okay. So when those big things are happening, you can go back and share it in those groups. Another thing I do is I reuse groups. So we all hopefully have hosts that host every year or maybe every catalog. I will leave the group as is. I'll go through and delete everything, and I will start in that group and tell her to add any friends that aren't already in there. Okay, that way we're not starting at 0 every time. I will go through and pretty much take everything out but the people, and all of her people are there and they're ready to go. Some of them may have seen my post before, some of them may have never seen it. She maybe has some new friends since then, and that just keeps me going with a little bit of a base for my reoccurring host. I think that's all I had. The last thing I'll say is, just when you're starting to do parties and you feel like maybe you're not getting what you want of them, take a good look at what you're sharing and ask yourself, are you having fun? If you were a guest at that party, would that be something that you would enjoy? I will say that the Facebook parties that I have attended, the most fun for me were ones that everyone interacted, or a lot of people interacted, and we, talked and joked and all those things. But also my host was personal to me. She really did want me to be in that Facebook party. Now, that's not something that necessarily we can have control over as the consultant and not the host, but you can stress to your host that her interaction is important. And that's why I don't ever tell my hosts, oh, you just send the invites and I'll do the rest. You'll never hear me say that to my host, because they're not working, but I do need them to talk to their friends. And I feel like that's a pretty simple request. So look at your Facebook parties, see if you're having fun. People like to see your face, whether you have makeup on or not, or if you're in your jammies or have a bra on, they don't care. I promise you. If anything, they will like you more. Show your face, show you're a real person, and just be authentic to you with all of the opportunities that you have when you're having these people introduce you to their Facebook friends. And that is all I had, unless there's questions.
Oh, Whitney, this was so much. I took so many notes, so many notes. I have a couple of questions. Okay. Typically, like, how many parties are you running at like one time? I'm just curious.
That's a good question. So I have Bisley times I could do 3 a week. I will say that me personally, I don't like to do more than 2 a week. And really, I prefer to do 1. But here's what I say about that. 1 doesn't seem like a lot a week, but if I can have 52 parties a year, that is a lot. So if I can do 1 a week consistently, I'm good with that, instead of doing 4 1 week and 2 the next, because a lot of times we put that pressure on ourselves to like book as many parties as we can. And I think that's great. But here lately, and me going forward, I want consistently 1 a week. So I'm booking out into end of October, November right now. And that kind of creates urgency too with my hosts, where they're like, oh, I do want to do this. She knows what she's doing, or at least attempts to show that. So yeah, I do 1 a week now that Bisley is not a thing. Boards are helpful to me, but it's a lot of work. A Facebook party is a lot of work.
Well, no matter what kind of party you're doing, I feel like it's going to be a lot of work. Whether you're going into a home, whatever, you've got to pour into your hostess, just like you talked about. And do you always do bingo? Is that always your kind of your thing?
So the bingo is just the host bingo. It is it's something that they hold on their phone. Where's my camera? There it is. And they X off what they have. So this isn't something I share in the party. This is it's just a host bingo. If they do these 3, 6, 8 things, then they get a free warmer. And one of those things is to have at least 1 party booked.
Love that. Yeah. So and I probably heard you say that, but until you visually showed me, I get it now. Yeah.
Yep. So it's not for the party itself. It's just for the host. It's something for them to keep and say, I've done these 8 things. In the middle is a free space and it just says, thank you for hosting. So they literally have to do 8 things and they're going to get a free warmer on
Ooh.
me. But one of those things is to book and to have a party book. So again, it's
Mhm.
going to keep going.
I love it all. Is there panel? Do y'all have any questions or any comments? For just unmute yourself, panelist.
All right, Whitney, I got lots of notes and I'm doing some bingo parties and I'm loving them. One question I have, I was thinking about making mine 4 days, so I'm going to look at your outline and take a look at that. But how many posts in that day are you doing? I know you said you kind of go from, I think you said 8 to 5. What does it
Yep.
look like on average?
Usually between 7 and 8 a day.
That's not terrible.
No, and I did forget to mention that another perk of using this group is I schedule it out. So
Yes.
in Facebook, you can, just like in our team pages, you can schedule that out. I will usually on Saturday or Sunday before I invite the host, I go ahead and do all those posts and schedule them out for the week. So the only thing I'm having to do in the party is the interaction part, is to talking to people, is to messaging.
So I
Yeah,
wanted
Kelly, sorry, I just saw the chat.
to 8. I wanted to mention or kind of piggyback on something you said, because I had a really great Facebook party a few weeks ago. She ended up joining. It was nearly $800. Great Facebook party. She
Yep.
was super engaged. She was super fun. I kept telling her, I'm like, this is great because your friends are great. You're great. Subsequently, I've had 2 more parties, one last week and the last 2 weeks, not so great, like you said. But it came down to, because the host again isn't really involved, and if our host isn't involved, those people are really there for them, not for us. And so I loved all of the things. I can't wait to see your hostess coaching, because the things that you're sending daily is great. But I also know I dropped the ball on my part. It's easy to schedule the post and then walk away because I was busy. I also feel like the host didn't do her job, but I, as the consultant, wasn't engaging properly because I was busy. Again, I posted, I scheduled, and I left it. And it
Yep.
taught me, again, it was a great reminder of that's why these parties didn't do as well as probably this other one. The host and myself could have done better. So
And I've been in that same position
yeah,
where I was like, I could have done so much more for this party that flopped when I didn't message
yeah.
her, but at the beginning and at the end. And that's why I started doing the daily text, like check in the morning to just tell her what her task is, check in with her, see what's going on. And a lot of times people, they won't say anything until the end and they're like, oh, I gotta go get all my 8 things done, and they get them done in one day, and that's fine. If they want to get it done by the end of the end of the party by Sunday and we need to extend, that's fine too. I'm fine with that. I get it. People always say people aren't, they're not invested in Scentsy or this Facebook party or what I'm sharing as much as I am, and so I have to remember that, you know, while going that through that with them. But I have even said to host before, if you know me personally, you know I'm a pretty blunt person, but I will just say, hey, I noticed that you haven't been super active. Would rescheduling be an option? Because I'm not going to continue to feed and feed and feed if that's not a thing. Sometimes they'll be like, yeah, I'm so sorry. Something tragic happened. It's not good right now. Totally fine. Sometimes they'll be like, oh my gosh, yes, I need to do better, and they'll do it. I mean, either way, right? I say it in a way that is, your time is precious too. Like your time is just as precious as theirs. And so if they're not going to at least respond, then I will just say, hey, do we need to reschedule? No issue.
Love it. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions.
Um, Shelly, I'm going to share the bingo Canva and what 8 things are on there. And then y'all can edit it to whatever you want it to be. And
What,
then the games, yes, those, sorry, go ahead.
I should say, and maybe, and you might have answered this. I'm multitasking too, so sorry if I can't track. But what do you do if like there's participation, the host is doing her job, there's peace, but it just hasn't quite hit qualifying? Does that happen? And like, how do you handle that?
I will offer to extend, but I will also post on the page, hey, Susie Q is $20 from the next level of rewards. I don't ever put in there that it hasn't qualified yet because I don't want I don't want to tell her, I don't want to tell her people that. I want to tell her people that she's X amount from the next level of rewards. So I'll post that. And sometimes that's like people, they want to help, right? They want to help their friend. Oh my gosh, okay, I got it. I got this order, right? Um, so, and there are many, not every single one of my parties is bomb. Just gonna put that out there. There are gonna be flops. There are gonna be amazingness and there's gonna be flops. But part of that again is this has all been a work in progress with my Facebook parties. I have learned a lot, like Jody was saying, about what I am doing on my side, and this is what I have found to be the most successful, especially with how things are changing in our world, right? I mean, how many Facebook invites or notifications do we get a day? That's where we want to say, how do we stand out? How are we interacting with people? How are we showing up in their news feed?
I had another question. Oh my gosh, it just left my brain because I was trying to do two things. It was, just kidding. I'll keep thinking. Hang on. Welcome to my head.
Okay, wait, since you forgot, I forgot something too, and it was what you said, and I went to write it down and my pen wouldn't work, and then I forgot what you said.
I know what I was going to say now, though. I will say this. Bunch of ADHD brains around
I
here.
know,
But
it's terrible.
I know a lot of people probably heard this and are like, okay, I'm not sure I'm tracking or I'm not following, or this is maybe, just so you know, this is what I did. I know during COVID when a lot of people started really doing a lot of Facebook parties. And I remember hearing people talk about it for a little bit. And then finally I was like, all right, I'm going to dip my toe into trying something new. And I went to one of my best customers and said, listen, I have this new party style. I'm a little bit nervous about what it's going to look like. It's new to me, but can you be a guinea pig for me? Kind of just be my hype girl in there. Let me try this out and see how it goes. So if y'all are all a little bit nervous about it, some of y'all I've seen are like ready to jump in. But if you're a little nervous, do that. Find your very best friend or your very best customer and just say, look, I got something I want to try out. And I'm just a little bit nervous because I haven't done it yet. Can you be my guinea pig? And that almost people are like, yes, let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? I get free Scentsy, right? So I just wanted to remind y'all, don't be overwhelmed. She's going to share the board. She's going to share the Canva. I put the link in the comments for the mock party. But just reach out to your bestie and say, look, I need a guinea pig. You, my girl, let's do this. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there for everybody.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a question?
Yes.
So I asked a couple times. So do you wait for the party that you booked to close before and to have a qualifying party for the bingo card?
Yes. So that's where I use the perpetual party reward. So whoever booked that party, say Jody was the original host, Jamie is the next host. Once Jamie's party qualifies, that perpetual party reward opens up on that party. That's where the original host will get that warmer and it will ship to her from that party. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Honestly, I've also, if that original host has done everything and the second host just wasn't, then I would still give her that warmer. That's just where I am.
Yeah, I
But
think that's fair enough.
yeah,
You can't control everything.
right. No, and what Jamie said too, like find your hype girl, but even if everyone says no, something else you can try is just doing a new party style in your VIP group. Say, hey guys, I'm going to try this new party style, and even message maybe those two customers that said no, they wouldn't want to do it, or just ask them, hey, can you just comment on my stuff this week so it can come up, and then that way you can kind of get a feel from it, and then in that party ask for host too, and they can be like, oh, this is fun, I would love to do this, so even if I just love excuse busters, so even if everyone says no, you can still just host one yourself with your VIP group. Anything else?
Is there any other questions? Anybody have comments, questions? Did we cover them all?
I'm kind of going back.
I know, I'm trying to read everything.
Yeah. I'm looking.
Jill, Jen, Melissa, do y'all have any questions or anything? Thank you so much. Like, this is great.
I will tell you, I definitely use the guinea pig thing all the time with my friends. I have one customer, she loves to be my guinea pig. So every time I come up with new, I'm like, guess what? She's like, oh, good. So people actually like it because they feel like you appreciate them and and you want, they feel needed, right? And they can help you. And so using that, being like, hey, I got this new thing, we be a guinea pig, is really a great way to dip your toe into something and try it. And it lets them know ahead of time, like, this is something I'm new, I'm trying, and I don't know everything yet.
And
It
it
takes a lot
helps
of
if you're
pressure off.
nervous.
Yeah.
It helps if you're nervous to have
Yes,
someone
it
in your
does.
corner that you know, like, it's kind
Yep.
of like if you get stuck, they can swoop in with a comment and kind of like, because no matter how many times you've done it, when I still do them, I start sweating. I start forgetting stuff. I'm looking at my notes. I'm going all over the place, especially if I go
Yep.
live. So like to have someone in there that can kind of like, you got this, you're doing it with me, helps a lot. The hype girl thing works really well.
I've even had team members come in and be hype people for me. Like, hey, nobody has to know you're a team member. Nobody has to know you're another Scentsy consultant in here. Like, let's let you know. So, well, if we don't have any more questions, guys, we're gonna just give. Oh, do you use games for prizes? That was the only other question I've seen.
Oh, do I get prizes? Sorry.
Do you use games for prizes?
I use games for prizes. So I use the interaction posts. So yeah, they're non-Scentsy related. They are things like which doormat would be at your door, or that's probably my most popular one. If you search, so I use Pinterest a lot. If you search interaction Facebook post on there, a ton of ideas will come up. There's themed ones. I will do some where it's like which warmer, or I'll do like which warmer for your for this space, but I really tried to make it non-Scentsy just because we are talking about Scentsy so much. But yes, any kind of interaction post. So it's something that they don't have to know anything about Scentsy, right, to interact. They can just tell me what their favorite ice cream is or something simple like that.
I just thought of something, Winnie.
Jody.
I swear it's been one of those, it's just been a week. Your lot, like, you, after the end of your Facebook post and everything, are you going and doing just a regular live? How are you closing out? Because I've done the scheduled post, but I also like to kind of go, I'll go live in there just for like 2 minutes to say hi, or I'll share a good morning video. And then I do an actual Facebook, I do a Facebook party most of the time, unless no one shows up. And then I just go live and talk about products. But is that kind of like, how are you doing that? Doing
Like
any?
how am I closing the party?
Yeah.
So one thing I didn't say actually was every time someone orders, I thank them in the group. So I will post in there either a thank you graphic or a picture of something they ordered and say, thank you, Susie Q, for your order. I tag them, and then the host usually catches on to also comment on it and thank them for their order. And then towards the end, I will say things like Susie Q's $20 away from the next level or whatever it is. And then at the end, I do a closing post that just says, this party is officially closed. Thanks so much for joining me. Susie Q got 50 and free and 2 half-eyed, whatever it is. If it's not, if it's a bare minimum party, I will just say that she got some great awards, or I'll say that she got this much for this little or whatever. And then offer the opportunity for everyone to host. I also have a post for hosting too, but I just kind of just close it out like that. I tag my VIP page, if again, just in case they haven't added themselves to that. And yeah, that's how I do
You
it.
mail anything? Like, I know during COVID there was lots of party packets and things like that, and that, postage just gone up. So what do you do about that?
Oh, I don't do party packs. The only thing that I mail out are thank yous for anyone who orders.
Okay.
And that's it. I actually do not promote club in a party, not while the party's going, because again, I want it to be most beneficial for my host, and a club isn't beneficial. That's something that I could, or maybe would, share after the party has closed as like a follow-up post. or something to go back to that party. But I do not talk about club and parties now. But I do post about that in my VIP page in my personal page. So when I'm friends with them, they'll see it that way.
I was just going to say, I think our most popular customer in all of our groups is Susie Q, because I think anytime we are giving any kind of example, I know I do, I'm like Susie Q or Sally Sue. It's always Susie something, Susie Q. So I was like, she better be stocked up on some Scentsy, that Susie Q.
Susie Q is the best.
Yes. Oh, Dan said he uses Karen. Well, again, thank you so much for sharing all the good things. She will post all the boards, all the things. She'll either post it or she'll send it to us to post on the Thursday night shift. So look there for that. For those asking about the recording, I will get it uploaded and posted to YouTube and posted in the Thursday night shift. Thank y'all for joining us. Don't forget that end of month live is Saturday. I had to think which day was last. So make sure you watch for that. Tune in so that we can all see what is major things that will be shared with us. I hope you finish out this month strong, because fall is upon us, the fun fall season. So again, thank you so much, Whitney, for being here and sharing all the things. Everybody's really excited to go try this out. And y'all, thanks for being here every week, and have a great evening.
Bye, shifters.